betrayed somebody alive. How could I tell my daughter on her birthday her daddy died? Wanted to pack my bags and leave, but I still had 5 pounds to feed. I got in my car and drove all day, trying so hard to find my way back. But there's no back to the way things were before. Just 4 months later, another call. I said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, you ought to say nothing at all. It was my brother, said the doctor had bad news. Only 4 days left to live, 4 days he didn't know how to use. I wanted to pack my bags and leave, but I still had 5 pounds to feed. I got in my car and drove all day, trying so hard to find my way back. But there's no back to the way things were before. When you can't go back, then you go on. Make something new from what is gone. I went back to school, got a job, and I raised my kids. I told them they can do anything if I can do this. I wanted to pack my bags and leave, but I still had 5 mouths to feed. I got in my car and drove all day, trying so hard to find my way back. But there's no back. I wanted to pack my bags and leave, but I still had 5 mouths to feed. I got in my car and drove all day, trying so hard to find my way back. There's no back to the way things were before. So I have been cycling across the US, started in San Diego, and on my way to Florida, and meeting lots of people along the way, which has been cool. And I met this one lady in Arizona in an RV park that I was camping at, and she just got to talking to me and sharing a lot about her life, and it was really cool because her daughter was getting ready for her high school graduation, and she was just so proud. And this lady was just telling me about, you know, how she had been married to this man for 23 years and had 5 kids with him, and then, you know, on her daughter's birthday one day she got a phone call that he died, and she was just so overwhelmed, and her kids were so hurt and devastated and crying. And it was just 4 months later, she got another phone call, and she was like, I don't want to answer the phone, I don't want to hear more bad news. And you know, nonetheless, it was actually her brother who, it turns out, only had 4 days left to live. And so she drove him to the hospital, and, you know, he wanted a Big Mac along the way, so they bought a Big Mac and, you know, a large fry and a drink, and you know, then he said he was ready to go. And yeah, she just talked about how after all of that happened, she was just so overwhelmed, and she kind of just left her kids with her mom and just got in the car and drove and drove and drove and drove and just drove all day and just didn't know what to do because she was so overwhelmed with grief, with these really close deaths that happened to her happening in such close proximity to one another. And finally her mom called her and was like, look, you have kids, you can't just leave your kids, you got to come back. Like, and so she did. She ended up going back to her kids, and she went to school, worked really hard, got a job, got a degree, and got a really high grade point average in this degree, and ended up remarrying years later. Her high school sweetheart, actually, they reconnected. And she just was talking to me about, you know, she's like, my kids can do anything if I was able to go to school and work and be a mom and all of these things at the same time. Like, they can do anything. And I just thought her story was so inspiring, and so I wanted to give it a voice, and it's really inspiring. I don't know, I feel like this whole trip is about like overcoming adversity, you know, and I don't know, it's been neat to hear other people's stories of overcoming adversity and choosing to be responsible and choosing to do the hard thing instead of the easy thing. Instead of, you know, abandoning her kids, she did the hard thing. She went back, she went to school, she got a job, and she did this out of an obligation, not even an obligation, but a duty as a mom, and her love for her children to make a way forward for them. So our actions affect other people, and the decisions we make to give up or to go on affect the people around us and the people that come after us. And I just thought that was inspiring. So here's my song about it.